Welcome back, everyone. Radiate from Within Wellness here. My name's Brent. We're going to touch on some spirituality and consciousness today. And my question to you is, what do you believe your personal power is, and where does it come from? A big thing that we get into in life is this need to succeed, to strive for great outcomes in our work environment, in life, dealing with others. And, a lot of that need for success comes from fear of not having it, comes from the ego. And when we meditate, when we put some personal time into learning who we really are, we find out that there's another side to us. And the other side in spirituality is our souls, who we are at our core. What do we believe to be true about that? And this energy that surrounds us all, there's no debate about that anymore. But how we tune into it, how comfortable are we with it, and have we made friends with it? Making friends with it, I highly encourage that. Okay? Now, I've spent a great deal of time learning who I am. For the most part of my life, I did not know who I was. I knew who I thought I was. I knew who I thought I wanted to be. But as you learn who you really are and start connecting with it, the strive for those things falls away. And the greatest accomplishment that is before me now is knowing exactly who I am and where my personal power lies. And it doesn't lie in succeeding through force, through trying to be better than someone else. Those things are all coming from fear and ego. Once you have fully accepted your own soul back into your own body, and you live in those frequencies, I believe that the best way to connect that I have found is to try to match the frequency of the soul and the divine source energy that surrounds us all. And how that happens is by becoming integral, of integrity, of authenticity, compassion, love, and empathy. All of those frequencies blended together. If you spent 5 minutes delving into each one of them, and at the end of that, take those 5 frequencies and try to experience them all at the same time, you will have created a symphony inside your body, a symphony vibration of all of those things. And that symphony of vibrations, if you do it often enough, will become your base resonant frequency, your new set point that you live by. And that base frequency has so much power that is working for you just as you walk around. People are feeling it. People want to interact with it, or they're going to fear it because it's so estranged to them. And it's one or the other. There's hardly ever any in between. The in-betweens are very few and far between because it makes people uncomfortable or very comfortable. And it all depends on what state they're in, what vibration they're in. If they fear you, and if they hate you, it has a lot to do with their own vibration. Okay? So when something is extremely different to them, fear comes in, ego comes in, and the reactions that you have with them will be clearly evident. But the comfort in knowing where you are is of the highest frequency that we can possess. Is loving. It is creating. It is abundant. It has so many wonderful aspects to it that makes it so much easier to go through life in your own body, knowing your own personal power, by being comfortable with your own soul and the connection that you have to your soul and everyone else here. Now, having compassion for everyone that does not understand or possess this connection is crucial to understand that they need us to help them see the way. The way is challenging for everyone that is not considered this aspect, because they are still outside of themselves. And when you're outside of yourself, it's really hard to be inside of yourself. There's another world inside that is every bit as important and vast as the one outside. And once you connect with the one on the inside, the one on the outside becomes so much easier. Now, I would like to recommend again the HeartMath Institute for these kinds of things, just mainly because of the programs that they have, and all of what I'm saying is prevalent in their programs, and the literature and the science studies that they have done that makes this so much easier to understand. Now, it's hard to put your faith and belief in something that you don't know the science behind, especially growing up as a human separate from this energy field. And you've never been separate from it. You just believe you are because most people think it's woo-woo. And they're going to continue to do so. But at some point in time, they will be faced with something that will challenge them, and all of a sudden they will want to know more. And when you're ready to hear more, a good place to start so that you can help the human part of you understand is the HeartMath Institute. Another way is to watch videos from people like me. And believe me, there are thousands of them now. What I am and what I believe to be true is not just me. There are so many of us now, all over this YouTube, all over the internet, trying to get this message out, that we are so much more than we believe we are, and we have every right to be here, to be happy, to be powerful, and to be in control of our own lives by connecting with our soul, because we have something to accomplish here, and you're not going to find it outside of you. It is inside of you, and you must go in and retrieve it. Now, meditation is one of the best ways to get those answers quickly, and a lot of people struggle with meditation. I hear you. I struggled greatly. The very first time that I was ever able to step out of this body and turn around and look at it sitting there was the most amazing thing that has ever happened to me. And what it does is it confirms a belief that you are so much more than just this body. You don't need it, but it's a gift, and you should use it wisely. Use it here and now to interact on this earth and understand and feel who and what you really are. Because as soon as you do that, that energy radiates from you and starts to help others find their way to who they really are. So I encourage you to meditate. Now, some of the best meditations that I've been able to really get into are guided meditations. And sometimes they're a hindrance, depending on how much talking's going on. I like to use frequencies of music. YouTube has a wonderful selection of frequencies of music. 528 hertz is my favorite. 936, 963, 432, 417. There are many, okay? And it depends what type of meditation and what your accomplishments are going to be, depend on that frequency. And I encourage you, if you struggle with guided meditations, to just have a good headset and get one of them frequencies playing. Get into the inside of yourself, into the blackness, and let go of all thoughts and opinions. No mind activity whatsoever. Just sit there in the quiet and wait for the communication. It will come. Do it long enough in no brain activity, just in yourself. In the blackness behind your eyes. Things will start to happen as long as you're patient. You give it time. Stopping the mind chatter is challenging for all of us because our lives are so busy and we're constantly running through thoughts of our day, things we have to do. Just try to let it all go for a brief moment in time so that you can connect and start to experience. Now, you may do this and you may get out there and you may feel your core twisting and all of that, and you might not think you're successful. But when you are in that dead silence, communication has already begun. It's coming into your cellular biology, and it'll get to you in the moments after, days after. You're downloading in that time. All of your knowledge that is truly of any worth and value comes from that source. Good luck.